We are back, better than ever. I guess we got False here with us. We got Sick Myth back here with us, back from Adventures of Sick Myth. Yep, it's good to have you back, False. It's always good to have you on the show.
Great to be back.
It's right before we went live, you were telling me about Steph's polar plunge. There, she did the polar plunge. I was like, damn.
She did. My wife conquered the polar plunge, Wildwood, New Jersey. This was, man, geez, it's been so long since I've been with you guys. It was about a month ago, maybe a little less than a month ago, and it was a great day. I mean, it really was. Like we went down, we stayed the night before in a hotel, just to kind of like wake up and you're there, you know. And yeah, she did it, man. I mean, I'm very proud of her. I mean, she jumped in the ocean, dude. She was in the ocean for like, I know this probably doesn't sound, but I mean, she was in the ocean for like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, but we're talking in January,
when it's
like time
cold out.
Yeah, I mean, and it was cold. It was like, I think it was like 30, 28, 30, something like that. And she did it, and it was, I mean, really, it was just awesome. It was a great day.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah, I was there cheering her on.
I would do the polar plunge, but I ain't going to no damn ocean. That's nope.
Dude, I'm right there with you. I mean, I was like on the, like they sort of had this like sideline kind of thing the whole time for, family and friends and stuff, and like people that weren't brave enough to go into the ocean, and but when they it was like a countdown. It was like a 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and everybody just ran into the ocean. And I was kind of on the sidelines, just cheering her on and filming it.
Yeah,
but yeah, that's about as brave as I was that day.
We got on from Instagram. We got Queen of Country Pop Joint. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. Thanks to all the YouTube followers that are hanging, and Facebook. We got a strong, solid 10 within the first 2 minutes. And now I know you told us you couldn't come on because you had a family member. We did a quick, moment of silence for your family member who's in the hospital. I hope everything's okay.
Thank you.
I hope everything's okay there.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was a family member on my wife's side who passed away. Passed away peacefully. It was difficult, but we the one show that I couldn't make, though, we were spending some time with him, sort of in his final days,
right?
And I know that really meant a lot to him. So he passed peacefully. We had the funeral and everything, and it's all good. So thank you for the kind words and the moment of silence. Thank you so much.
And now I want to actually do a little bit a quick moment here, Gina. For guys that are looking where Gina is tonight, Gina is down in Plymouth, or no, Kingston. There was 2 fires, and within the last literally 48 hours, and there was a fire where the 2 little boys passed away, which is very tragic and sad too. But the other one, she knew the lady who passed away, who helped her or who worked with her rescuing cats. So Gina's tonight over there trying. I guess there's still some cats that are not accounted for. They're trying to find and catch them. But yeah, it's tragic. I mean,
yeah, it's been it's been a rough week around here. Yeah, for sure. There've been a couple fires, a couple children that passed away in the fires. It's just there's really no words, man. I mean, it's just heartbreaking. It really is.
And then I know they've been talking in the news. God help me, I can't remember her name. The lady, the 84-year-old lady who was kidnapped or disappeared. Um,
Nancy Guthrie. Yeah.
Guthrie. Yep. And know, we talked about that. We touched on that a little bit last week. Like, who would want to kidnap, or not last week, the week before? Who would want to kidnap an 84-year-old lady?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really just unconscionable. I mean, probably money, I guess, extortion, I just hope she's okay. I hope she's alive. I hope she's,
That's
unharmed. I hope they find her. I hope they find the people that are responsible for this. I mean, it's what a nightmare.
Mark
Can't
is
even
in the
imagine.
house. Hey, Mark, thanks for hanging with us.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Susan.
So I got two places to talk about. I was able to get out and do a review yesterday. There's a place on Susquehanna Ave called Biscotto's. It's an Italian restaurant, and they do Old Fort style pizza. And I was there last night about 7 o'clock. It was a little after 7. It was pretty at that point. They were starting to they closed at 10. It was starting to wind down. Right around 7:38, and pizza was really good. I got 6 cuts. I got this roasted red pepper soup or bisque. I'm sorry, roasted red pepper bisque. Really good. Yeah, and today I made it to. I had to go drop my taxes off, and I take them up on Montage. So I'm going to give Glenn Murphy, CPA. He also owns the Autobahn title and tag. Glenn and Lucia, they've been on the show a couple times. They're the world travelers. I dropped my taxes off to get my taxes done, and I went to the Boulevard Diner in Scranton, a little mom and pop joint. It's off the beaten path. If you don't know it's there, you're not going to find it. That's one of those kind of deals. But I went in. I did some hot dog in NEPA today. Did a hot dog video. So yeah, I haven't gotten out. I haven't been able to get out really to do any food reviews lately, except for yesterday was the first time in a couple of weeks. With work and everything going on. Hi, Susan. Yep. That I was telling before we came on the air. I was saying I wouldn't have the guts to do it. I could not. I would not have the guts to do it. No. I'd be freezing to death. Paddle Mile.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn, thank you. We got some Instagram followers. Gwendolyn Patel Miles. Thanks for hanging with us tonight. We are Outside the Box Live. Local talk, just talking about really anything. For those that are just joining now, we got False back with us. He's hanging under there. Sick Myth, our local historian guy's back in the house. Yeah, it's glad to see everybody here. Gina's helping with that one fire. Well, the aftermath of the fire down in Kingston somewhere, so she's not here tonight. For those that follow Gina, though, she might do a Facebook Live or a video and put it up. So keep an eye on her page on her Facebook. She might be putting something up.
She's got a lot of great items for sale, like a lot of creative, unique items, that they have on display for anybody that's local, like maybe traveling through like North End Wilkes-Barre. They have a really nice like display window and stuff. So I definitely wish the best for Gina and for Mike. They have a lot of great stuff going on, man. It seems like they really got something going here. With some of the items they're trying to sell. So that's really cool.
Is it? Yeah, Mark. It's something. I mean, she needs like life saving medication. She needs So as days go on, yeah. I mean, I hope for I pray for a safe return, and but the longer it goes, it's I don't know. It's just overall bad all over.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, definitely. Positive vibes for Nancy Guthrie and her entire family. Hopefully she's safe. Hopefully she's alive, and hopefully they find the people that
did this.
were sick enough to do this. Yeah, and bring them to justice. I mean, it's terrible. It's just awful.
It's, what's going on with you, Falls? What's new?
This past week I don't know, I had some kind of virus that's been going around.
Oh,
Like, wasn't really, well, it was like with the thing where you get with the chills and you feel like you're, weak and sore and all this,
the
I had
flu.
that for a few days. I had a runny nose. The good news about that is, though, from getting sick, it helps my calorie diet, get me back on track, because I'm not eating so much and whatnot, but I'm down to 250.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I
Yeah, you
was at,
passed me out. I'm still holding 255,
I was
256.
at, I was stuck at 260. I went back up to like 260 for a while there, but after this week, 250.
Nice. Awesome, Falls. Good going, job. Good. Proud of you.
Great, man.
How's the beast?
You could see it in my face, like it's.
Yeah. Your face looks thinner.
And this
I'm
is
proud of you guys, man.
If my daughters won't let me shave because they say I look goofy without a beard.
We got
Every
Venger.
time I shave, they're like, "Dad, stop doing that."
What's going on, Venger? How you been, buddy?
Venger. What's up, Venger?
All right. Oh,
Welcome. Hope you're having a great Saturday, Venger.
oh
And
yeah, I
Mark
think my
and
daughter's
Susan
back.
and everybody.
Back.
Oh, okay.
Am I doing or what are you
Oh,
going
yeah, I
live?
forgot I'm live. Yeah.
Do you want us to do it?
Oh, that's okay. I'll go.
No, you don't have to. If you're on live, you don't have to get.
It's so this weekend is Valentine's Day for all you Valentine's Day, couples. Me personally, no. The the GF is actually down in Disney with her sister. They went on vacation. So she's down in Florida where it's like 85-degree weather, it's sunny, warm.
Rubbing it in.
Then there, yeah,
Yep.
she'll text me, "Hey, it's 85 here." Yeah, thanks. And she then they're leaving Disney. I think either today or tonight, maybe, or no, tomorrow, because not too far they're going to Daytona for the race. Because they're her sister's big NASCAR fan, so they're going to Daytona at one point. But it's
Nice.
and yeah, and
Did you say there's a? Did you say there's a chance of rain, possibly?
according to when I watched the weather yesterday. So this is yesterday, so I haven't seen anything today because I didn't get up early enough. But yesterday, while I was getting ready for work, I watched and they said if it goes a certain way, we might get a little, but nothing. But if it goes another way, we could get remember the Valentine's Day blizzard we got years ago? We could see another one, but at that point it was too early to tell. So
Gotcha.
But
dude, I went to Garrity's this afternoon. in Luzerne, and I was actually like overdressed. Like I put my hoodie on and my Carhartt coat. Because I mean it's been so cold.
Right, and it was
So
nice out today. It was really nice out.
yeah, like today was like beautiful. Like I was definitely overdressed. I actually felt like people at the grocery store were kind of like looking at me like,
This dude's
is
crazy.
this guy on? Yeah, like is this guy okay? Is he on the same planet? Because like I had my hoodie, my coat, and I had my stocking hat on. And it wasn't. I mean, it was a pretty quick shopping trip. I mean, I got what I needed, whatever.
Right.
But I kind of got those looks a couple times. I'm like, I think, because like, not that I'm saying people were like in shorts and tank tops and stuff, but like people were enjoying the 30-35 degree weather today.
Oh, actually, at one point, I turned I turned my AC on in the car. Like I didn't
Yeah.
blast it, but I put it like in between, like where you put it like halfway between heat and cold. Like I had it in the middle, like a little bit
Yes.
up towards that, like a little warmer. But like I put the AC on because I was like, wow, it's a little hot in here. And
Dude, when I was on the Cross Valley this afternoon, I had the windows down and the cold air was coming in, and I felt great. I mean, it felt awesome.
it was
I had the heat on, but like if the heat dial goes to 5, I had it on 1, so I had a little bit of heat, but I had the wind coming in, and it was wonderful. So maybe the weather is breaking. I don't know. I mean, it's only February,
right.
so who
Uh,
knows?
Mark chimed in. Me and the old lady are just happy to start a new year together. No need to make somebody richer buying things for each other today. Just tell you're someone special. And that's how I look at it. Like, Valentine's Day, you buy chocolate or flowers, and they bump the prices up to make money on this, quote unquote holiday. And but I mean, you should be like telling, if you're with somebody, you should be telling them you love them every day, and
But
you know,
today especially,
yeah,
yeah,
but yeah, um,
yeah.
it's like every years ago when I was a kid growing up, my dad would go to work. He'd always kiss my mom goodbye in the morning, and I found out later he did that because in case something happened and he doesn't come home, he would kiss my mom every morning, tell her he loved her, and that's what he did. Um, and then like instead of going out to like Valentine, like on holidays or like on the weekend, my dad had cook in he'd cook steak on the grill, or in the winter he'd do seafood. He'd go to the seafood store, get seafood, do like lobster, whatever he would did, But yeah, that's I can't I like like you pay like $35 for like a big bouquet of roses. Like they're gonna die in a week, you know. Now I could see, if you're dating somebody and it's still, but once you're
Yeah,
married,
of course, of course.
years you're married, so many years, it's like, all right, Valentine's Day, all right, happy Valentine's Day, hon. You go, because I just like, I didn't know if you and Steph were going out tonight. That's what I was like when I met your friend. Like, are you going to be on? Because I didn't know, and because I know there's times for me. Well, when I was married, we'd go out to dinner, and come home, and that was it, you know. But yeah, and we never did create, like, went nuts on, or I'd go to Gertrude Hawk and get a thing of smidgens, and I'd end up eating half of them anyway. But it's
Right. I know, I know. Yeah, I mean, it kind of. I hate to say it, folks, but it sort of takes on a different meaning. Once you're with somebody for a number of years and you get married, and you're kind of just sort of going through the motions of life. I mean, Valentine's Day is on the calendar every year for a reason. Whether it's to make money for the greeting card companies or the, people that sell roses or chocolates or whatever it might be, but it is important. It is something that, I think could bring people closer together on a yearly basis, on an annual basis. It's, you know, it is what it is,
Oh
basically.
yeah, it is. I mean, yeah. Well, like I said, when you're dating, it's all new. You're like, oh, try. After years, you're like, yeah, okay, all right.
Yes. Yeah, it kind of just becomes, another date on the calendar, kind of like your birthday. Like that's the older I get, that's how I kind of feel about my birthday. It's like everybody wants to make a big fuss about, your birthday. And I appreciate that. I
Yeah,
love it.
so what? And
But it's like it's just another day, dude. Like
we still got to go to work. If it's during the week, we still got to go to work.
yeah, it's just another day.
Now
I mean,
I try. My birthday's in June, so I try and when I try and schedule PTO, I'll try and hit that week, or either like before or after. Well, this year I'm going. I got the week after my birthday. My birthday falls, I think, like on a Friday, so I'm like, I took the week after it off. I took it off for PTO, and I want a road trip that time, maybe somewhere. I want to do a road trip somewhere, but it's like
and you should. You should. I mean, it's
the one day I
one
went
day.
to Johnny's, like I just jumped in the car. It was on a Wednesday. Well, like a lot of people are still in work. Jumped in the car, drove to Jersey, and had a couple hot dogs. Turned around and came back home. The girlfriend looked at
Yeah,
me like I was nuts. I'm like, well, yeah. She goes, I don't like hot dogs. Well, come for the ride with me. "Oh, okay, I'm going myself. She goes, all right. So her
exactly.
and the dog stayed home, and she stayed home with the dog, and her and Molly watched movie or whatever they did, slept, watched movies. I went to Hot Dog Johnny's. You know,
Exactly, man. I mean, I remember a couple of years ago on, I mean, Jay, I love music.
oh
Like
yeah,
I'm sitting here, I'm actually looking at my record collection right now. I have like three, cabinets full of records. I got guitars all around me. I'm a bit of a music, um, I don't know, lover. Um, Years ago on my birthday, it was record store day. So for anybody that might be watching, like every year they do something called record store day. It's usually in the spring, and then they do it again in the fall, like right before Thanksgiving. They kind of maximize on the Black Friday shopping,
right.
and basically you can go to like local record stores and you could pick up
Actual
um,
records.
yeah, physical records, or CDs or whatever you're looking for. They might be unique. They might be like a one-off kind of thing you can only get on that day. Some people like camp out overnight. They set up tents and they're there like overnight waiting for the doors to open. I'm not really that crazy about it, but the one year my birthday was on record store day and I just said, you know what, I'd love to just kind of go and be part of that. And we were up in upstate New York. We went to a record store and we kind of like waited for all the buzz to die down. Um, and then we went into the record store and, I was able to like look through the special, titles that I was looking for. And I got a couple things. So that was a great birthday. That was probably like the last great birthday that I had. And that was many years ago. Every birthday since then, it's just a date on the calendar.
Oh yeah. Oh, you did have a. Let's see. We got a question coming through. Um, Kane, how you doing, Kane? Kane Marco, what's your favorite 5 records? Gigi Cat said,
Mm.
"Signet, don't you want a cake? A birthday cake this year? You always got to have a birthday cake."
Of course I do.
I tell my sisters go to me, "What do you want for what do you want for your birthday?" You know, so I said I go to my oldest sister because my oldest sister's the baker of the family. Like I could cook a mean ass steak, I could cook burgers, whatever. I cannot bake to save my life. She's the baker. I'm like, bake me a chocolate cream pie. Guess what I'm still waiting for the last 2 years? Chocolate cream pie. But like like we'll go over either one of my sister's houses and like go over for dinner or something, and get like the card with happy birthday, which is that's to me that I mean that's great. Just the
That's
fact,
enough. That's
yeah,
enough, right? I mean, yeah,
it's
that's yeah.
just the fact that I could, you know, I wish my parents were still around. They're both gone, but like my two sisters, their family, we all get together when we can, and it's nice to just relax and just eat and
Yeah, and just
yeah,
spend time and just reminisce,
Bill check in the
and
house.
yeah, to laugh. Laughter is such a big part of everything, man. I
Oh
mean, Valentine's Day, your birthday, Christmas, whatever. Just laugh as much as possible.
yeah, because
Laugh at yourself, laugh at each other, laugh as much as you can.
all right, so five records. I gotta say, Stay Hungry by Twisted Sister. Um, shit. I'm not gonna count Kiss because I like all the Kiss records. Mental Health by Quiet Riot.
Mm,
Um,
nice. 80s hair metal. I like it.
that's what I grew up in. Yeah. I can.
Give me a classic.
I
Give
can.
me something classic. Give me something that was like released before your time.
Like I cannot name albums, but I could name like songs. But like when I used to listen to a lot of old stuff. Like when we go on vacation years ago. For those that lived around the area where Sheets is now, up in Dallas, it used to be a place called. It was a car lot called Howard Isaacs. It was Chrysler Plymouth GMC truck. If you guys caught if he's caught my videos throughout the years, I did I put up his commercials. Um, but every year we would go down to South Carolina. His boss, the owner of Howard Isaac, George Isaacs, had a condo down in Fiddler's Cove, off of on Hilton Head Island, off of South Carolina. So every summer we'd pack up and we were there. And back then, it was the cassette tapes. So my dad would make a cassette tape or two, and that's what we listened to on the way down. And he'd listen to stuff like um, some Marty Robbins stuff. Willie Nelson, Waylon Jennings, Janis Joplin's version of Bobby McGee. Who else?
Classic rock, classic country, classic rock.
Old, yeah. He loved the old. That's what I listened to, and I started getting into. Just from road tripping down, with my dad, and but for me, classic, Aerosmith, Zeppelin. Def Leppard had some good songs. I don't like all of them, but some of them were pretty good. Uh,
I'm going to respond to
Kane.
Kane in the chat here. Well, you know what? I'll save myself the typing. So Kane, yes, I collect vinyl. I've been collecting vinyl since pretty much since I still lived with my parents, right? So like my dad had a really nice collection of vinyl in a like 1970s, 1980s kind of cabinet that could maybe hold like I don't know, maybe like 30 records, like so it wasn't crazy. But the LPs that he had though were just the best. I mean, it's everything we're talking about. It's everything from the 60s. Mark mentioned he likes doo-wop. So my dad, had vinyl records from that era. So it was like the 1950s to present. So we're talking everything from like doo wop, greatest hits kind of stuff, golden oldies, to Beatles, Rolling Stones, The Who, David Bowie, into the 70s. We're talking bands like arena rock bands like Journey, Foreigner, Boston, Pat Benatar. You know what I mean? Just all that good stuff. All the stuff you hear on the radio. I mean, you tune into like FM radio right now, and you'll hear that stuff. So when I moved out of my parents' house, I was like, Dad, I'm like, can I take your records with me when I move? And he was like, Yeah, sure, take them. Just get yourself a turntable, and then
Yeah.
you could enjoy them. And dude, I'm looking at my record collection right now. I actually have like, I'm not trying to sound, braggadocious or anything, but I have like, I don't know, probably like 1,200 records. Um, I have a ton of LPs. I'm looking at them right now. I have 45s. I have 10-inch vinyl. I have a ton of vinyl. It's become a bit of an obsession over the years.
Bill Check put in his friend used to be in a band with you.
Oh yeah, yes. I've been in many bands. I know who you're referring to. He's a dear friend of mine. I hope he's doing well. We were in a band many years ago. Man, I would love to do a reunion of that band. That would be amazing, wouldn't it, Bill?
What was the
If
name
we
of
got
the band?
back together and like did a reunion show, that would be crazy.
What was the name of the band?
The 18th of August.
That was the name of the band?
Yes. Yes.
It's
That was one of my first bands. Yeah.
I always wanted to learn how to play guitar. Not like even like rock, but like even like just acoustic, just to like there was a song that my dad was a Cat Stevens fan, and well, the only one I know is Peace Train. That's the only song I know that he did was Peace Train. And I'm driving in the car, I'll still pull it up because I could, you could do Bluetooth to the car and shit now. And so I'll
Sure.
pull YouTube music, I'll play, Cat Stevens, Peace Train, and it'll follow the algorithm of that era. And I'm just sitting there, I'm like thinking back, and to the days of those road trips down the south, and like, man, where did that time go? Like, what happened? Like, I know we all have to grow old, we all get old, we all have to live our lives. But sometimes just sitting back and just reminiscing and thinking about back then, it was a simpler time, but I think it was a little harder time, but I think it was a better time in some ways.
It
I mean,
was. It
now,
was.
if you want to, I mean, don't get me wrong, internet, web, YouTube, everything that we do, great. I love it. But I remember going back to an age before I grew up. There was no internet. We didn't have. If we had if we had a computer, it was like a one piece that, and nothing. You did whatever it was done for, or schools had computers. I never had a computer till I moved out. I didn't have a computer home. We didn't have. I had like the Atari and like the game console, but like never had a computer. I never got growing up. We never had internet. Now, like you want to know something, just
I know.
I remember doing book reports where I'd actually go to the library. I went to the Osterhout Library for hours to do book reports for school. Like we had to go and research and learn how to use the thingy and look for the cards and do the whole
Right.
like kids today, people today. And I'm one of it, I like when your internet goes out, you don't realize how easy you have it now until like it's not working.
Well, Jay, that's kind of what I refer to as the Amazon Prime syndrome of today. You know, like we've all grown so accustomed to, okay, I'm going to go online, I'm going to get exactly what I want, and it's going to be at my doorstep in what, 2 days,
It's
you know? And if it's not here in 2 days, I'm pissed, you know? So that kind of mentality is like trickling into everything. It's trickling into, healthcare, food service, everything. Everything you do nowadays, you want everything right now. You want it instantaneously. If I can't have it now, then screw you. You know,
like
I think as a society, we need to reinvent like patience. Everyone has to become a little more patient with
yeah,
each other and with
and I'm guilty of that sometimes too. My patient, I
so am I.
patient.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
it's funny
man.
'cause my nephew Ben, a couple weeks ago he passed his driver's test. All right, so shout out to Ben. Good, I'm proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, congrats, Ben.
It's when I went to get my license, I had to go over to the Wyoming barracks, take the test, then mail everything into the state, wait for them to send you my permit back, and then okay, I could start driving. Well, he had his permit. He went past the test, had his permit that day. He was driving with my brother-in-law or sister. That day he was able to. Boom. We couldn't do that. Now the only thing that
Right. You had to wait. You had to wait your turn. You had to wait.
now the only thing that I think it's kind of good in a way, but I would have been it would have drove me nuts. You have to wait. You have to be under the care of a licensed driver with your permit for like 6 months, around 6 months, and your parent or whoever your legal guardian has to go. I guess they have to check off, like you have to learn. You have to like drive through, like, say, rain or drive through snow or power parallel park, and they have, like, whoever's with you has to check that off on this list that you've done it.
Right.
And well, he scheduled he took his test on his brother's car, but he has an old Toyota 5 speed. He got a 5 speed. He learned how to drive a stick. An old five. I think it's a '95 or that Toyota Tacoma with the 4x. I'm like, so when we going four wheeling? He's laughing. I'm like, when we going down to the flats? Like back in the old days. But no, Ben, I'm proud of you. You got your license, buddy. I'm really happy for you. But it's like
Yeah.
when we
That's a
when
that's a
we
huge accomplishment. Yeah. Great job, man.
for us to get our license or permit, it took like felt like it
It
took.
took forever. It took forever.
But now the nice thing is you could have got your permit and went the next day and got your license. That was the nice thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully you passed, but like, yeah, it's
I know, man. I mean, we have to reintroduce patience into what we do. You got to be patient, and I know that's hard.
oh,
I'm guilty of it too. If I, you know, order something and it's not here when it's like expected to
sure, like
be on my doorstep, I'm pissed. You know, and then I think to myself, like, okay, well, if this was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, fuck it, 30 years ago. I mean, you have to be patient, man. You have to be patient with day to day life. You got to be patient.
Mark Virgil, the bodyguard Virgil. I remember. I used to watch that back in the day. Mark, does anybody remember Vincent, bodyguard for $1 Million Man? Well, he originally went by, well, at least one point he went by Virgil. I don't know, Vince, but he went by Virgil. But it's guys, did you guys all pass your permit test
No,
first try?
I didn't, Kane.
No,
I
no.
failed. I failed on the first time. I had to go back a second time.
I knew how to drive. Like I was 15. I knew how to drive. Like my friends were older, like were 18. They had their license. I knew how to drive when I was 15 years old. But the way it was set up back then is you could take your test 3 times in a row, But then after your third, if you failed your third time, you had to wait. I don't know how long.
Right.
Well, me, I can't pass a test, even a written test to save my life. Even to this day, I just can't do tests.
Yeah.
Well,
I've always been bad at tests myself too. Test anxiety.
I
Yeah.
went to get my license the first time, failed. Went to go, a couple months I went to get my second time, failed. I didn't get my license until I was actually 17 years old because I couldn't pass the damn test. My third time I go in, my first question I get wrong. Now I'm starting to get nervous. My second question I get wrong. And I forget how many were on the test, but so I get through and all of a sudden the machine shuts off. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. And I'm thinking, the cop, the trooper that was running the test calls me up to the desk. He goes, I just passed. Like I just literally passed. and it's not that like I didn't know how to do, I just could not do tests.
Yeah.
And I come walking out, and my dad's like, "How'd you do?" I'm like, "Yes." He's like, "Thank God we're going out to celebrate. We're going out to get food. All right, Dad, let's go." And it was funny because now I'm going to get my license. Okay, and my dad took the morning off from work. Now on Monday Street, on Monday Street,
On Monday Street. Yes.
there used to be a pool place called Poseidon Pools. They're pool sales. After my dad got out of the car business, he knew the owner of Poseidon Pools, so he got a job selling pools. And so he took the morning off. We go over to the barracks. I do the test. Ace it. He's like, "Do you want to go and eat?" I'm like, "Hell yeah, let's get some breakfast." Now, on Wyoming Avenue, across from, well, no, that's not even there anymore. Now it used to be Rayco. Now it's a collision shop. But across from where Rayco used to be, there was a diner called Tony and Sons Diner. It was probably the worst food you could eat, like health-wise, but it was the best food you could ever, like tasting food you could ever have.
Sure.
His grill was seasoned for like 40 years, like because his dad owned it. They gave it to him.
Yeah.
He would make these home fried potatoes that would just like you would just die for.
Everything was just delicious, by default. Yeah.
And it's funny, the first time that wasn't the first time I've been to this place with my dad. The first time I was in junior high school, and I had to go for an allergy. I had to see the allergy doctor over on, I think everybody saw this allergy doctor at one point back in the day, over on Wyoming Ave in Kingston. I forget her name, but found out, I'm allergic to everything seasonal and blah, blah, blah. So the deal was my dad would take me to to see the doctor. Then I would go to school. He would take me up to school, then he would go to work. He looks at, we get done, and he's like, "Do you have any tests today?" "No." "Do you really want to go to school?" "No." "Want to go get food?" "Yes."
Yes.
So we went
That's a big yes.
We went the first time going to this Tony and Sons Diner, and we walk in, and it was your old school little mom and pop joint. Like I said, the best food in Kingston, pretty much probably Wilkes-Barre too. But I remember walking in, we sat at the counter, like, I'm like, oh, I feel like, oh, I'm sitting at the counter, I'm like, all high and mighty. And
yeah.
And I'll never forget. I don't know if his name's Jimmy. His name's Jim. I don't know if he's even still alive anymore, but I will remember this till the day I die. We walk in, and what he's talking about, his food compared to Burger King and McDonald's, like fast food, pre-frozen stuff.
Uh-huh.
And like he'd be like, "Jesus Christ, these kids wouldn't know good food if it hit him in the ass," And he
Yeah.
he was like this grumpy old guy, but you had to just know that was him, and you just had to like people that knew him just knew it and just was like, yeah, okay. He was a
That was
big time,
just
yeah,
part of the experience, you know.
right.
Yeah.
And as time went on, after I started working at Wyoming Valley Motors, I'd stop in the morning. I'd leave early. I'd stop there in the morning for breakfast, and I'd go to work. I get like a mushroom and cheese omelet, big mound of potatoes, Italian toast, and well, and I'd go there sometimes on a weekend where you'd have like younger kids coming in now because there's no school, and you'd hear he was like the grill man. His son and his sisters were his sister and his wife were the waitresses. You'd hear the one say, "Hey Jimmy, I need a Italian Whopper, no peppers and onions." Jesus Christ, people don't know good food if it kicked them in the ass. Don't want this, don't want this. Like
Right.
goddamn Burger King, goddamn Burger. And
Yeah.
and then you'd hear the wife go, "Jimmy, shut up and make it." But it was all. I'm sure he probably
Yep.
did a
Yep.
lot of people that didn't know that walked in. It's like, what the hell's going on? But
Yeah.
it was just him, and it was the hell. It was the good old days.
That was America, man. That was
Yeah.
just America. Yeah. Man, shit.
This kid could barely speak English. He passed his test first time. Thank God. Couldn't take. It was. But yeah, I
Dude, how
love
about
old school.
I remember when I took my driver's test. So somebody asked a few minutes ago, like, did you pass the first time? I think I probably failed my driver's permit exam the first time and then had to go and retake it. Then I passed. And then, after you wait your 6 months, like after you get some, driving experience, under your belt, um, I did my driver's test and I failed. And I failed on the parallel parking. And I practiced, like I was practicing for days, weeks leading up to it. Like, I got to get my license, I got to get my independence.
Right.
I didn't even have a car or anything, but I mean, it's just like I got to get that license. It's just a rite of passage at
Right.
that
Oh,
point,
exactly.
right? So it's like, so I went and I think when I did the parallel parking, I must have
Bump the
cut it.
hit the curb.
Yeah, I must have cut it like a little too sharp, and I hit the curve or whatever. So that's that. But dude, just like a really quick story, like when I went to redo my license test, because I did fail the first time because I hit the curb. I went back, I did it, I parallel parked, no problem. I learned from my mistakes. But what happened was the instructor that was, in the passenger seat with me, which is, pretty awkward,
Oh yeah.
right? I mean, you're a 16 and a half, 17-year-old kid, like I just want to get my license.
Mhm.
I got to prove to this person that I could drive and I could, be safe and, drive safely and all that kind of stuff. Everything went fine. And I parallel parked, did my thing. Everything was fine. When we got back to the barracks or the, DMV, I did my parking and the guy goes to me, okay, great job. He's like, meet me inside. So he gets out of the car. It was a true story. Guy gets out of the car. He goes inside. He just like walks out of the car. And I'm sitting in the car thinking to myself, like, is this a trick? Is this guy trying to trick me? Like, he just told me that I passed, but is this some kind of trick? So I like parked the car, walked inside the DMV. I found the guy. And like you go to a DMV and there's like,
Thousands
a
of people.
1,000 people. Yeah, I mean, there's like so many people in there. Like, but I found him, and he like looked at me all puzzled, and I just said, "Sir," I'm like, "Are you trying to trick me?" I'm like, "You just told me that I passed or whatever." I'm like, but then you just like walked out of the car. I was like, over analyzing the whole thing, and he goes, no, he's like, you passed. He's like, come back in and I'll give you your license or whatever. But like, dude, I mean,
Oh,
so much over analyzing goes into that moment,
my God.
like you just want to get your license, you want to get your independence, you want to talk to your parents about maybe, can I afford a car? Can I get a car? Whatever it might be. The guy just like gets out of the car, goes back into the building, and I'm just like, what do I do? I'm like, is he trying to like, is he like effing with me right now? No, it was weird, man. It was a really weird experience. That's all.
Funny
It was
story.
so weird.
When I took mine, it was still at the barracks in Wyoming, and it was a closed course. We didn't go out on the main road. So my mom was telling me that someone she knew whose kid went to take the test, and the instructor didn't put on a seatbelt. Deliberately did not put on, and the kid never said please put on. And he did the course perfect, but because he didn't tell the guy to put on a seatbelt, he failed.
Exactly.
So
yes,
I'm now
exactly.
scared. I'm now scared to death.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, can you please put your seatbelt on? And the guy almost was like, just relax. I'm like, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And you could see, like, I was like, I'm sorry. And I'm thinking, oh my God, I already failed. I didn't even put the key in the damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I go through, aced it, got my, he stamped my permit. I'm like, yeah, I'm a driver. So my dad drops me off, and he's going to work, and he's like, you have a car. Because I had a 1980 AMC Spirit. Because you have a car. It's your first and your license. Do not go ramrodding. Don't go crazy. It's your first day out with the license. Oh yeah, no problem, Dad. No problem. So I'm sitting down in my kitchen with my mom. I see my dad go. I see him drive down around. I'm like literally like, because remember things, we had those things called watches back then because we didn't have cell phones. So I'm watching my watch. I'm like, all right, he's down the alley by now. He's out of sight. My mom goes, you're going out in the car. And I'm like, yeah. She's like, just be careful. So I go, I stop up, see a couple friends, and I come home. I was only gone for about like maybe 2 hours. I pull in front of my house. I'm parked in front of my house. I'm like, yeah, I got my driver's license. I shut the door, locked, and my dad said, when you get out, just make sure you always lock your doors. Just, lock the door, shut the door, go inside. Mom's like, oh, you're home early. I'm like, yeah, I just went for a little ride. And I'm like, all of a sudden I stop. I'm like, my mom's like, what are you looking for? My car keys. She goes, well, what'd you do with them? I thought I had them in my pocket. Here, I left them in the car, and I locked them in the car. So I'm like,
it happens.
I'll just get the spare set of keys and just unlock the door. Well, I couldn't because my dad had the spare set of keys. So I had to wait till like 5 o'clock to when he came home. He's like, oh, how'd you do? I'm like, Dad, I need a spare set of keys. He's like, why? I'm like,
yeah.
I'm like,
already you locked yourself out already.
I parked the car out front, and I locked the keys in the car. He just laughed. He's like, here, and he's like, so did you go out? I was like, yeah, for about an hour. He's like, so you didn't go ramron today, huh? I'm like, no, because I'm sitting there going I'm trying to figure out how can I break in the car to unlock the car. I'm like, oh yeah. That was my. How you doing, Ralph and Mary? Thank you for hanging with us tonight on Instagram.
What's up, y'all?
Yeah,
thanks for hanging.
Yeah, Mark. I think
yeah.
People in Wyoming telling people you passed, you can go through that last stop sign.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, well, that's exactly. Why I got worried about the seatbelt thing. And
yeah. I thought I was being tricked. I'm like, man, I'm not the worst driver on the road, but I'm not like, Jeff Gordon or something. I'm not like the best driver on the road. So, I'm just a 16-year-old kid. This guy says to me, like, you're good. You're good. I'll meet you inside. I'm just thinking to myself, like, huh. something seems fishy here. But dude, you know what though? It's got to be crazy. I mean, for parents, for anybody in our chat with
Oh yeah.
children that have gone through this. I mean, like, oh my god, I can only imagine like the stress of like, you know, okay, I have a 16 and a half or a 17-year-old that's a
Just got his
licensed driver. I mean, like the older I get, the more I realize that it's like I get why my parents were,
the way they
just
were.
concerned. Yeah, I mean, they were just concerned, like, and always telling you, like, don't speed, don't hot rod, don't run stop signs, don't do these things. Like,
Let's.
I get it.
I told the story. I told everybody the story of the Camaro, and I said that was literally going to be my first car, 77 Z28 Camaro.
Nice.
And again,
It's a
this is my
fast
dad.
car.
Oh, it was worked over. My dad was the GM of Howard Isaacs, and he wanted to do the father son bonding thing, and what better ways to rebuild a race car?
Of course.
So a guy traded it. He brought it home. He bought it right on the spot, brought it home. Thing had like a 350 engine, had a 400 4-barrel Holly carb, racing rear end, posi traction, glass packs. It didn't have T-top. It didn't have the sticker. It was a jet black full top. But
Yeah.
like
it was souped up though.
Oh,
It was souped up.
So
Yeah.
my dad's like, he was afraid because he knew better.
Yeah.
He would drive. He had a demo. He'd drive the work car, during the week. But on Saturdays, he would take the Camaro just to run it because I was like 16. I was 15. I wasn't 16 yet. So he'd take the Camaro to work just to blow the carb out, just to drive it. Well, he said he punched it to open up the carb, not to hot rod, just to blow out the carb to open it up. And this thing threw him back in the seat, and he's like, and I remember, well, my mom told me, him and my mom had a discussion about it. He's like, I'm afraid he's gonna be downtown in the summer, downtown where everybody goes.
He's gonna floor it.
He's gonna want someone's gonna want to race him, and
he's gonna open it up.
He's gonna wrap around a telephone pole.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no, I would never do that.
Right.
So he's
exactly.
So he sold it, and then my technical first car was a 1980 AMC Spirit 2-door hatchback, and God love my dad. He tried it has racing stripes on it. Yeah, Dad. But I was happy. I was glad. I was still, don't get me wrong, I was still grateful and happy.
Of course.
But I'm like going from like a 77 Cam to an 80 Spirit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, of course. I mean, it's like
my dad.
It's like, okay, I mean, it has 4 wheels,
school, it'll get me to work.
Right.
So I'm sitting there. So my dad had a friend who had a used car, like a wholesale lot up in Scranton, and I forget where it is, somewhere in Scranton. And he's like, I went up there with him on one Saturday to wash the cars to make make some money on the side, washing cars. And he's like, well, what one would you like? And I'm looking, and he's like, and I remember seeing a Duster, which I should have got Valari, the old Plymouth Valari Duster, same thing. He's like, well, what would you like? I'm like, well, I mean, it does look better than, like, it does look nice. Don't get me wrong. And that's what I'm going with. And what kind of farm and drive the old truck gun? Oh yeah, I learned how to drive a stick, like, just by doing it, just by trial and error. And because I worked for Motor World when it was Early's, and my boss goes, there's a transmission in the pickup, take it down to there's a place down on Pierce Street, one of the garages. Okay. He goes, you don't have to worry about taking out, they'll do it, just take the truck down. All right. I come back and I'm like, I'm like, it's a stick. He's like, can't drive a stick. I'm like, no. Oh, you'll learn. Oh, okay. I mean, I had the basic like common knowledge,
Sure.
I never did.
Sure.
I never had a stick before. I'm like,
Right.
what if I blow the clutch? Oh, we'll
Right.
put a new one in. He's like, oh, we'll just put a new one in. Don't worry about it. Yeah, and then I did fine. Just the hills were scary. Those hills were pretty scary. But
Yeah.
that's what I told my nephew Ben. I'm like, driving a stick is fun. It's fun driving a stick. Like, but you gotta watch hills. He's like, yeah, I already know. I'm like, okay, you're good. You
Yeah.
know,
I pretty much learned to drive on, man, I don't know, like a 1990 something Ford Escort. It was my grandma's car. And I just I just got my permit, and she was so excited, like, oh, you could drive me down the road. So that's kind of how my driving
started.
experience, yeah, kind of started. It's like, okay, so you have your permit, and she was kind enough to say, here's the keys, get in my car, we're gonna go down the road, I gotta put something in the mailbox, and you'll drive me home, that sort of thing. So yeah, it was like a 1990 something Ford Escort. um and then I guess I learned to drive on like a Jeep. I guess it was probably like a Jeep Liberty at the time. um yeah, probably. So I never learned to drive stick. But I had a very good friend. My first 2 years of college. Oddly enough, he had a Ford Escort. It was like a later model Ford Escort before they changed it to the Ford Focus.
Right. Yeah, that's
You
right.
might remember.
I had a Ford Focus for a little while. That's the car that got stolen, which I never told anybody that story yet.
Gotcha.
That was the story.
But yeah, a very good friend of mine had like a late model Ford Escort, or maybe it was a Focus. I don't know. It was definitely like late model, early 2000s, late 1990s kind of model, and it was a stick. And I remember as like a freshman in college, the one day he needed help with his car. He started his car and he was like, able to go so far, but then it just kind of puttered out. And he's like, get behind me and push. He's like, you push it, and I'm gonna like dump the clutch, and I'm gonna get the thing in gear so that I can get home. I don't know what the hell I was doing.
He was trying to catch it in gear to
Yeah,
start. Probably his starter went, and he was trying to run and pop it in gear.
it was so. I mean, like to this day, man. I mean, that's like if somebody said, "Hey, give me like your top three or top five, college memories." It's not going to parties. It's not any of that shit. It's like helping my friend get his car, so he could get home and get to work or whatever.
Well, it was
And then
funny.
maybe a couple other things. Yeah, that
My
was
one
that was
buddy,
fun.
before I started driving, my one buddy. All my friends had their license before I did, and he had this Capri. Well, every time it rained and you have like a big puddle and you'd go through the puddle, water would splash up underneath the engine, install the car out.
Yeah.
And so I remember one time we're coming from somewhere, going some, and all of a sudden, whew, boom, boom, boom. It's pouring rain. We're trying to push the thing off the side of the road. We're all now soaked, and yeah, it's fun. I mean, just that's the stuff you remember. Like my same buddy, he had a Malibu, okay, Chevy Malibu, and I had my license now, but I only had my like I was 17, so I had my license, but I only had my like take quote unquote junior license. I couldn't drive after midnight unless I had a like licensed driver with me.
Right. Right.
Well,
I remember those days. Yep.
my buddy drops me off, and about 20 minutes later, now the phone rings. My dad gets the phone. Now again, we didn't have cell phone. We had phones that were on side of the wall of your kitchen mostly. That's where they were. Phone rings. My dad's like, hold on 1 minute. He's like, Jay, it's Sean. And I'm like, he just left. Like, what? My buddy Sean. I'm like, what's the matter? He goes, I need you to come pick me up. I'm like, where are you? What happened? He goes, my tire came off. And I'm down at the Silver Queen. Remember the old Silver Queen?
I don't.
The Silver Queen is on the corner of Scott and
Wilkes-Barre or Kingston?
Over in Wilkes-Barre. It's where I think a
Silver
beer
Queen
is now. It's okay if you're going over Scott Street, okay, and you're going, like, say you're going to go towards the mall. Okay, you're coming down, you're going up Scott Street. There's Wiseman's Park on the right. You go past that, and then it used to be on the corner used to be a Sunoco gas station, but right before it was the Silver Queen Diner. And if anybody remembers in the chat the Silver Queen, give me a holler. So he's like, I'm using their phone. So I'm like, my dad, I get out, I say, all right, I'll be right there. My dad's like, are you okay? Is he okay? I said he had just had some car trouble. He goes, do you want me to go with you? I'm like, no, I'll be all right. He goes, you need a license. I'm like, I'll be all fine. He goes, make sure you put your seatbelt on and this and that. Oh, yes, Dad. So I go down, I pick him up here. I take him home and I'm like, what happened? Because the next day he had to have his car towed back to his house. Here he's driving and the wheel just snapped and came off the car, like his one back wheel. His driver's side rear wheel just came off the car and rolled past him. Like literally he saw his tire pass him off. And like it didn't drop on the back end because he still had he still had momentum going.
Yeah.
But he ended up making it in the Silver Queen parking lot. And the back stuff, I don't know how the hell it happened, but it broke loose and literally just like you see in the TV movies where like the tire passes the car.
Right.
Exactly what happened.
My God.
Yeah. those are the days I'm gonna remember.
Yeah. Oh, those are dude,
when I learned how to drive a stick. Back in the day, we were part of the CB crew down that ran the square over Market Street. Back before they had CBs in the cars. There was this girl, pretty cute girl, I will say, blonde hair, little hottie. She's like, and she goes, how we got it subtitled driving a stick because her car was a stick, and she's like, I'll show you. She was jumping the car. She goes, watch my feet. She had shorts on, so feet, legs. Okay.
That's hot.
Yeah.
Hot.
And
that's hot.
So she's like, okay, see how I push the clutch in and I'm and that in between
a
that
chick in shorts teaching you how to drive stick.
That'll
do it. That'll do it.
And it's funny, her grandparents, if you're going out to Hillside to get ice cream. You go up the highway, you make the left, on that side road. Before you go up to there was a bar on the right, on the left-hand side. I forget what it was called, but it was a bar. I don't even know if it's still there anymore. I think the building's still there, but I don't know if it's open anymore. But that was her grandparents owned that restaurant bar, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's how I started. That's how, between learning how to drive a stick at work and this girl in shorts showed me how to drive a standard shift. And I was like, yeah, it's pretty cool. And
that's what life is all about, man. It's all about those little things, those little memories. I mean, it's like, how did you learn how to do this? Well, pull up a chair and I'll tell you how I learned how to do this. Or I could just simplify it and tell you, I just learned. I just took notes.
Little cute hottie blondie in shorts taught me how to drive a stick. All right, yeah.
Happy Valentine's Day.
Exactly. Yeah.
Jay, I'll be right back, man. I have to step away for 1 sec. Do you have anything to taste test this evening? Because I have a couple things to
I don't.
taste test.
I don't. So let's. I dropped the ball this week.
No worries. No
yeah,
worries.
bring it home.
I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay.
I'll stay here and have a conversation with our wonderful chat audience.
Okay.
It's so yeah, while Fred goes gets his, and normally I like to do taste tests, but today I dropped the ball. I didn't get to the store. I got up, like I said, I got up this morning, took my taxes to get done, dropped them off, went to a place, and if the brother crewman's still watching, I was at a place called the Boulevard Diner, did some hot dog and any PA style. Venger 6. He's my hot dogging buddy from Texas. He likes hot dogs too. Did some Texas wieners, and I got video. My last uploaded video was the last Friday of March. So yeah, we're still good, and I'm building up some more to keep for the next month. Then I'll upload them all at once. So yeah, I went to last week. Oh no. Let me think. It's Friday. I went to. It's called Biscotto's. They do Old Forge style pizza, and let me tell you, I got it with extra cheese. I've been doing good. My blood sugar count's been 120, steady 120. My weight's down to 255. If you heard in the beginning, FP, he's down to 250. He bet me now by 5 pounds, but that's cool. Down to 255. I'm holding. So I'm like, you know what? Friday night, I went out. I got pizza. I split. I only got 6 cuts. Kept it cool. I got extra cheese. And, if you were there, it was great. That's going to be one of my videos I put up. Biscotto's was really good. Oh, so you're familiar with Biscotto's? My old house that I used to, when I was married, my old house in Exeter is just literally right around the corner, like literally 5-minute walk, and you'd be at my old house. My old house was on Penn Ave, and yeah, the last time I was in there before it was Biscotto's, it was the Susquehanna Bar and Grill. It was a bar. But no, Biscotto's, they did a nice job. I got a cup of their red roasted pepper bisque, which was really good. I got 6 cuts of their Old Forge style, which at first I thought it was Sicilian. I'm like, because I said in the video, I'm like, I'm sorry, I thought this was Sicilian. I thought this was Old Forge style, not Sicilian. But no, it was Old Forge. It just wasn't big squares. It was more like rectangle like Sicilian, but it was Old Forge style. So yeah, I liked it.
Scoto's is really good.
Scoto's. And I was telling that's where my next video is gonna be up. Well, one of my next videos, I have ready to go up. I have the Scudo's Boulevard Diner, and I have I went down to, which it's kind of messed up. So I'm kind of if I want to, some people are gonna say, well, your audio doesn't sound good. Yeah, I know. I forgot my mic with me, so I just did it.
Give him a break, everybody. Give him a break.
So I did it old school. I did it, and some of the audio I'm like lower, and like you tell I'm like lower. So I'm like, do I want to put up? Because I know someone's gonna say, because I'm even gonna put I'm gonna put. I know my audio is not up to par. There's spots where it's low. Like I know, don't even tell me, basically, but someone's gonna say something.
I get it. I know.
But it's called Golden Restaurant 3 LLC. It's still Rocks 52. From what I understand, it was the same owners, but they rebranded and changed the name. But it's basically still Rocks 52, but now they do catering. Mm-hmm. So I was there about a month ago, and it was during the afternoon. I got a cheesesteak.
Nice.
That was a kick ass, really good cheesesteak.
Was it
Um,
huge?
it was a nice size. It was a nice size, and
Peppers, onions, mushrooms.
oh, whole 9 yards. That's the only way I could eat it. I gotta load it up, and then I have biscottos from last night, and I got the Boulevard Diner from today. So I have three I'm going to be putting up in the next. So I might put Boulevard up now and put biscottos up. That'll be April 1st or the first Friday of April. That'll be my next upload. I was telling your brother I have videos still uploaded ready to go till like March, the last Friday in March. It's Sabatini's video. So like I'm kind of letting
You got a spoiled man.
I let myself catch up before I start adding more.
Right.
Sabatini's I got the cauliflower. I got it there. I got the cauliflower crust pizza.
Oh, it's so good, isn't it, man? It's so good.
Yeah,
Theirs is like the best. Yeah.
And from what I understand, the cauliflower crust, it's not. They don't make it. It's all. It's pre-bought from somewhere, pre-made. Antonio's at one point told me that their cauliflower isn't. It's or somebody was telling me. I forget who, but Sabatini's cauliflower pizza, you have to eat it there. If you bring it home, it loses its taste it loses something.
I agree. I agree.
But yeah, biscottos, it was. They said at first I'm like, oh, it's Old Forge style, but then they brought it out. It looked like Sicilian cut, so I'm like, but it doesn't feel like because Sicilian you could feel it just feels different than Old Forge style baked or however they do it.
It
Like,
does.
it looks
I
like
agree.
Sicilian, but it looks like, but it feels like Old Forge. But so I said to the server, I said, "Is this Old Forge?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Okay," because I said it kind of looks like Sicilian. She goes, "Yeah, it does." Where traditionally, like Old Forge was always like the big square cuts, where they had theirs more looking Sicilian style, but it was still good. The only thing I forgot to do, I forgot to tell them to put onions on it because I always get like Sicilian or with the onions, and I forgot to tell them to put onions. But other than that was my stupid fault. But other than that, it was it was really good. That bisque was amazing. Everything was good.
Jay, does Biscottos have like tables? Like could you kind of sit there and have a pizza, have a soup and everything? Yeah.
That's where I did the video. I was inside. I got there, like I said, I got there about like 8 o'clock. So it was pretty much people were winding it, they were leaving. So I kind of got there at the good time because it's gonna look like nobody's there, but at the same time, there's people that don't want to. They'll say, "Yeah, I don't want to be interviewed or something." So I'm not disturbed. I go later so not to disturb anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they were open up till 10. The dining room was open, and between cuts, I was talking to them in there. I guess for tonight for Valentine's Day, they have like reservations. They're taking reservations, and they said they were booked for like most of the night. I'm like, what? That's good. And their pizza was really good. I was looking at their menu, and they have like dinners and like Italian dinner, and everything looks fantastic. But I'm like, Friday night, you got to do the pizza.
Yeah, I know, man. It's such a tradition, in our area to just get pizza like by default. Every Friday it's just like, okay, like we made it through another week. It's Friday night. Nobody feels like cooking. It's like, let's get some pizza.
And
yeah,
like during the week, I force myself to eat 2 salads a week. Like I'll go to Gary's, I'll build my salad, and
it's good.
I'll do
really
like
good.
chicken. If I do a hamburger, I'll get their meat. Like I'll make, but I won't use buns. I'll do it like open face, and I won't use buns. So
Very smart.
So I'm down. I'm still holding 255. I'm like, know what? I haven't done pizza night in a couple of weeks because by the time I got out of work, I was just too tired. And by that time I got up, I'm like, I don't feel like going out. So I'm like, you know what? I'm getting, and I'm like, I remembered, I forgot about Biscotto's because that actually used to be the Susquehanna Bar and Grill years ago,
Yep.
and the original location burnt down, so they moved into where now, and then now it's Biscotto's. And
Across from the like
right,
that old, train
well, it's now Power.
display that they have. Yeah.
They used to be Pride Mobility back in the day.
Right.
Now it's
Right.
Power, and it's funny because I didn't realize that Pride sold that, and I'm driving by one day, I'm like when they get a rail, like when the hell did that happen? Like when they get a railroad caboose sitting in front of their building,
Yeah.
and it's
Right.
like what the hell? And
It's very nice. I mean, it's
yeah.
I mean, especially if you're like into trains. I mean, it's
Oh, yeah,
really, really cool to see. Yeah.
it's Are you gonna go
Yeah,
to
man.
Mike's Hot Chicken? Yes.
Where is that? I'm trying to I know of Sham's Hot Chicken, which
I'm going there too. I'm going there too.
Jay, isn't that where what was that hoagie place, man? It's escaping me right now.
Dagwood's Deli.
Dagwood's, yes.
Where Shams.
That's where. Yeah, dude, I saw that on the news. They have such a loyal following for Sham's Hot Chicken that the owner, like when they moved into the old Dagwoods,
right,
they gave away, I think, like a 65-inch TV, a PS5.
Oh yeah,
Like free food for a year, all that kind of stuff. That's amazing, man.
From like 4 to 8, they gave out free food. Like
that's awesome.
I'm like, I want to go check it out, but I'm like, you know what? I'm not going there that day because FP went.
Oh yeah, yes, he did.
He did a quick video, and it was just like wall to wall, like almost like like a concert. Like it was just packed. I'm like, no. But
yeah,
Mike's Hot Chicken. If you go over the 8th Street Bridge from Wilkes-Barre side.
Oh yeah, it's isn't it by like Togo's Pizza?
It's literally, I'll tell you right where it is. If you go over the 8th Street Bridge and make a right onto the Ave, it's about 4 on the left. It was the old Royal Bakery. Well, when Royal Bakery moved from where it was down in
Exeter
to the location in Wyoming, that's where Hot Chicken is going to be. That's where it's at.
Gotcha.
Now, I don't know if they did I don't think they're open yet, because from when I went past today, it didn't look like they were open yet. But I saw on Facebook, he calls himself Food Fight. Demetrius Food Fight.
Oh yeah.
Was talking about it, so I thought they were already open, but from what I understand, they're not open yet. They will be soon. Gotcha. But yeah, I definitely want to go. I want to check them out.
Yeah. Man, for sure.
Because it's just literally right there.
Well, dude, it's interesting. Like we have Dave's Hot Chicken up in Dixon City. My wife and I have been to Dave's Hot Chicken elsewhere. We've been to Nashville for what it's worth. So we had like Nashville Hot Chicken. That's a great time. That's enjoyable. So in Dixon City, which, for those that are unfamiliar, is, really just like 10 or 15 minutes, like past Scranton. You have that. We don't have any like Raising Cane's in this area, but you have, places like Sham's Hot Chicken and this new place, Mike's Hot Chicken. But dude, I was at Garrity's this afternoon, like I said, and I got myself a rotisserie chicken.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Like, just for like the week, like I'm gonna, pick it apart and just like add it to my salads or whatever. And I saw in the like hot case at Garrity's today, they have hot chicken sandwiches, like, wrapped in foil, ready to go. So I think they know that everybody's like into, the chicken cutlet on a bun with the pickles or whatever. So everybody's kind of like getting on that train, of like the. But dude, my taste test.
Oh,
I
okay.
got
Yeah.
myself this. I got myself this special beverage here from Garrity's this afternoon. Bowl and Basket, which is like Garrity's fresh grocer
Right.
brand. It's a 0-calorie cola in a
What's
glass bottle.
what's the name of it?
Yeah, so it's Bowl and Basket
Right.
0-calorie cola.
Oh, it's just bone. Okay.
Yeah,
I got to go there tomorrow to get my salad, so I'm gonna have to. Is it over in the soda aisle where the other sodas are in the other waters?
it's like if you go to the Luzerne location or like maybe even like the Wyoming location.
Right. Okay.
I found this in the deli. It's in the deli,
Mm,
like with all the like pre-sliced meat and cheese and all that kind of stuff and like the
okay.
peppers and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that in the Garrity's in West Pitts. I never saw anything set up like
Yeah,
that.
check
I'm
this out. So it's like their own brand of like 0-calorie
cola.
Coke.
Nice.
Yeah,
I'll have to check that.
it's a twist off.
Nice. Old school twist off.
I had my bottle opener here, but I don't need it. Smells like cola.
That's a
Smells
good
like
start.
cola. Let's give it a shot. Tastes like Pepsi. Just like Pepsi.
What's your 1 out of 1 to 5 ranking?
Mmm. Oh, kind of a weird aftertaste, probably because all the artificial sweeteners and stuff. Probably like a 3 out of 5, something like that.
Okay. Well, Mark Desmond asks how much? How much did it cost?
I think it was $1.25 per
Okay,
bottle.
that's not bad. Yeah, price wise.
So
So we got a 3 out of 5. Okay, so it's not great, but it's not bad.
yeah, it's not great. I mean, like, would I drink it again? Yes, I would.
Okay.
I definitely would. I would drink this again. I'm gonna drink it all anyway.
Because you paid for it and bought it. That's how my motto is. Even if I'm not like it, I'm like, I'm still drinking because I paid for the damn thing.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean, it tastes just like Pepsi. It doesn't have the crispness of a Coke.
Right.
You know how Coke is like very crisp and like, kind of has that like bite to it,
Oh yeah.
you know.
Doesn't have the
If you
bite.
like that,
I try it.
this ain't bad though.
In fact, I gotta go
And
to
Jay, they had root beer, they had ginger ale, and I think they had like a like lemon lime, Sprite knockoff as well.
I gotta go. Well,
So
I have to go to Garrity's tomorrow. Maybe I just might run down to Luzerne or not to the Wyoming one just for a change, just to try and find that because that's pretty good.
yeah,
Because I'm looking
it's not bad.
to find some like new semi-tasting good zero free or zero sugar type drink.
It's not bad, man. We've got 0 calories, really zero everything. So it's kind of like a Pepsi Zero.
Okay,
That's what I would compare it to.
compare it to.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Not bad.
There you go. Now we know. No one's have to battle. G.I. Joe.
Not bad at all.
It's and we're talking nostalgia and remember coming home from school at like 3 o'clock. It was like the Transformers, then GI Joe, and then time like for the news and shit. But I remember. Let's see. I remember coming home from school and run to the TV, turn on cartoons, and watch the Transformers and more than meets the eye, and I miss the old days. And now, like, we're all adults. We all have to go to work, pay bills, mortgage, rent, however, car payment. Remember back when we were in school, what like for me, the most thing to figure out was what was I going to do on a Friday night? That was it. That was it. Like, coming home Friday night and where my, and for you, for like to be a 15, 16-year-old kid and not go out on a Friday night back then was like devastation,
Yeah.
like the worst thing in the world. It's it was funny because I had a CB in my car, but I had an old from my dad. It was an old 23 channel. Might have been a Cobra, but what I did was at Radio Shack. Good, I miss Radio Shack. Let me tell you, I found I found like where like you could take like a car, like say a car CB, put it to this converter, and you can plug it into your run it inside your house, like off of like a plug, an outlet. And what I did was I had a metal tray or metal, I forget what it was, but I took my car antenna because I had a separate car antenna, mounted it to this metal sheet, and I slid it out my bedroom window on the roof. But to try and make it like a base antenna, but I was able to actually get a signal from my house down to downtown. It sounded like I was a million miles away, but I was able to still hear what was going on. So I wasn't out on a Friday. I'd be upstairs watching TV. I turn on my CB and listen to what was going on. That was all right. We got a question for. Oh, that was your question for your favorite Friday night memories.
Yeah, I'm just trying to engage with whoever's left in the chat here. If you have any favorite Friday night memories,
Like I said, well, for me back in the 80s, it was going down in the summer. You go. It would literally take you an hour to get around Public Square, over Market. We would go up Wyoming, have to turn around in Grotto. Well, what's now is Grotto Pizza parking lot, and come back over Market till they started their no cruising 3 times crap.
Right.
But that's why they did it, because literally it took you an hour to get over Market. Well, basically when you got past where the vault is now, like to get onto the square, like you pass River Street to get onto the square, took you an hour to get you around Public Square. 45 minutes, because that's how many people were out cruising.
Right.
And it's funny because back then, you saw Camaros, Mustangs, Novas, Chevelles. You might saw a weird looking Volkswagen, and that was like one, and that was like an oddball deal. Like you saw American muscle. Like now it's imports all over the place, but back then you saw the guys that would have like the Broncos or Blazers and put them on 6 feet lift kits and big tires, and they had to make it legal. They had to like make their own extent to the fenders to extend out over the tire to make it road legal. But that's what we did. We went 4-wheeling down the flats. When I had my Blazer, we went 4-wheeling down the flats. Like you had to still be careful, like you didn't get stuck. But that's what I had to. We went 4-wheeling down the flats, down where they have the mud bog. Do they still have the Berwick mud bog? Do they still do the mud bog? I don't even know if they still do it anymore. But that's where we used to go 4-wheeling when they didn't have the mud bog. And do you remember? I don't know if you'd see it from your house, but if you're over near Wilkes-Barre Township, in my old house in East End, I could see them. I was able to see them on a clear night. Perfect. They called them the lights. They were like the light towers. Well, back then, if you had a 4x, you were able to get up there. Now they years went by, they put shit to barricade and block the road off.
Oh yeah, like up in like mountaintop, like where the antennas are and
Yeah,
stuff.
like Wilkes-Barre Township, up down,
Yeah.
up past town.
Yep.
You used to be able to get up there with a 4x, and that's where we all used to go. In this, and it was cool because you could literally look over the whole valley, and wish we had cell phones back then. Just the fact to take that'd be a cool picture, cool video. But as years went on, cops had to go up there, chase everybody out, and then they started putting up stuff to block off the roads. And but yeah, that's we never caused trouble. We would go four-wheel, we go up near the lights and just hang all night. We didn't have beer or anything like to get in trouble. We'd just go up. Everybody would that was our social networking, not computers, not texting. That's what we did. We went out, or if we were out in the woods, we'd have a bonfire. We'd get an old can, like an old trash can, metal can, and we'd make a bonfire and we'd camp all night, and never bother anybody. Never. We weren't rowdy. We just.
I know.
There were times the cops would come by. What are you doing? We're just, hanging. Are you any beer? No. Just, and all the cops would say is just, don't be loud.
Get home safe. Yeah. Just, don't
ignore it. Because one of the places, do you remember where the Saxon building is? Well, it's now common, but back there was one of the spots that we used to hang back in the day, to see beers. And, there's times like cops would come by. What are you doing? Just hanging. No drinking. No. All right. Just don't, vandalize anything or anything like that. Just, because all we were doing was just hanging out, just bullshit. And really, that's what we were doing. And, but we'd have 20 cars lined up with all CB antennas. And so people are like, what's going on? Oh, just hanging. That's what we did. That's how we networked. We hung out in parking lots. Another one of our hangouts was across from OKT, and not in McDonald's parking lot, but in the lot next to, right next to McDonald's, over near Oak Karma Terrace. We hung out in that parking lot. Nobody bothered us. We didn't bother it. We got kicked out of one spot, because eventually we did at one point. We'd go to another spot. That's where we would go. And Headbangers Ball. Oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to address that. I mean, the Headbangers Ball. Dude, I don't know. I mean, if anybody still has because everything is streaming nowadays, the one streaming service that I pay for, we get we don't get Headbangers Ball, but we get MTV, some of the classic shit that would have been early 2000s, late 90s kind of Headbangers Ball kind of era.
Is MTV still on the air? I heard it went off the air.
I don't know, man. I mean, the streaming service that I pay for, it's called Philo. It's maybe $30 a month, maybe a little less than $30 a month. And you get the basic channels that you kind of, tend to enjoy. You get Comedy Central, you get, I don't know, TLC and HGTV and stuff like that, IFC. You get some of these networks, but they have built-in MTV channels.
Okay.
That I'll just kind of sit and get really sucked into from time to time. And and what I mostly get drawn into is on the MTV channels is the rock blocks. They do these little rock blocks, but it's certain days a week. It's the most inconvenient times. It's Sunday nights between
10 and 11 or 11 and 12 or
Yeah. Or it's like a Wednesday night between, like 8 p.m. and midnight or something when I'm just like not in the mood. But I mean it's like rock, heavy metal, videos and stuff like that. So I usually try to like record it so that I could go back and
watch it.
later. Yeah.
I remember Headbangers Ball. During that era, there was she died, and I forget how she died, but there was a movie that was made called Reform School Girls. It was the dumbest freaking movie in the world, but it had heavy metal, it had girls, and they were locked up in jail.
Right.
And one of the main characters, one of the main actors was Wendy O. Williams,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like the head, like, oh, I'll get you, and like I remember watching this movie, and then like to promote it, they had her on Headbangers Ball, and to be out on Headbangers Ball,
Yeah.
and
Because wasn't she like sort of like a Debbie Harry, like Blondie kind of,
yeah, but more like,
yeah,
more
like
metal,
raunchy.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The best time, and I was in elementary school when this started. MTV was when the video, the music videos were coming out now, when MTV's first song was Video Killed the Radio Star, because everybody
Yeah.
was watching MTV.
Right.
Well, it was they were doing like the guest VJ for like an hour or so they're having a guest VJ.
Mm-hmm.
And who was it but Weird Al Yankovic? And
Right.
he redid this, like he was on. I guess they went live on his own play, and it was called Al TV for like 2 hours, and he would play like Beat It, and then he would play his parody, Eat It. And I remember like Weird Al was like, "Oh, it's Weird Al Yankovic," and I remember people being like, my mom looked at me like, "What the hell's this?" And
Yeah.
and but those were the like.
Yeah. I mean, because really, I mean, he was just making a parody of, everything that was excitable, everything that was like, oh my God, I have to watch this video. I have to buy this record. He was just like making a joke on all of it.
But it was mostly Michael Jackson that helped him get his, because he used Michael Jackson songs like Eat It.
That's right.
Michael Jackson did Fat. Did Bad. He did Fat.
Right.
Which I heard Spark, like he said he wasn't trying to make fun of fat people, but I guess he caught a lot of slack because I guess heavy people thought he was. I don't know if he was or if he wasn't. I never took offense to it.
Well, Jay, I mean, it was a different time.
Yeah.
When he did that, I mean, yeah, he probably wasn't trying to offend anybody in particular. It was just a fun parody way of like taking, the mania of Michael Jackson's Bad and saying like, like I just have a funny way of,
but
comprehending this. Yeah.
He did piss off Coolio.
Yeah, with Gangster's Paradise.
Right.
Yeah.
They interviewed Weird Al about that, and he said, his people went to Coolio's people, and from what he was told, they gave him the green light and said, go ahead. Which, according to Coolio, he's like, no, and he was pissed because when Coolio made that song, Gangster's Paradise, it was like from the heart. It was something that I guess he went through, something like maybe real life. I don't know, but he didn't want him doing a parody. And
Right.
Weird Al swear on this interview that he was told by his people, Coolio people said yeah, and exactly, Mark.
Well,
exactly, Mark.
Yeah, that's that's the outcome of the First Amendment. The freedom of speech. I mean, you have the right, to interpret someone's view on something and
Right.
make it your own. And not everyone's going to like it. Not everyone's going to agree with it. People might get offended, but that's the First Amendment.
I remember, again, it was in sixth grade. I was at Mackin Elementary School. And at that point, my oldest sister's 10 years older than I am. So I was, oh, hell, maybe 10, 11. She was 20, 21. Oh, yeah, probably did.
Yeah,
there was a
I'm sure he did, Mark. Yeah.
there was a store in the mall called the Merry-Go-Round. It was a fashion store, clothing store for like, the hip of the 80s hip, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
And it was funny because when my mom's like, "Oh, she's working." I'm like, "Where's she working at?" "Oh, the merry-go-round." I thought it was like a merry-go-round, like in the middle of the food court, like a merry-go-round. And I realized it was clothes. I didn't care about clothes back then. I didn't give a shit about clothes.
Right.
But what they had was, do you remember Michael Jackson's "Beat It" video? That jacket he wore.
Yeah, the leather jacket.
Merry-go-round had replicas. And for one, I don't know if it was for Christmas or my birthday, but my oldest sister bought me a Michael Jackson Beat It jacket for, it was either my birthday or Christmas, but yeah, I had a and I had they sold the knockoff, the white, the right hand glove, the white glove.
Yeah.
I had the glove. I had the jacket. I was like, "Oh, I got the Michael Jackson jacket." I thought it was all cool and shit. But,
of course.
Yeah, but back then, like, that's what made my childhood good. I never had the Thriller jacket, but I had the Beat It jacket.
Hell yeah.
I remember, but back to MTV. It's like then they started doing I don't know if it was their first or second, but I think it was their first. They had their first game show called Singled Out. And who was the blonde, the hot chick? Jenny McCarthy. She was the first on Singled Out. And then she left and I got Carmen Electra, but I liked it better with Jenny McCarthy.
Oh, yeah. I love Jenny McCarthy and I love Carmen Electra.
But
love them both.
Today, I'll watch, if I catch The Masked Singer, Jenny McCarthy, and she still looks good. I don't give a shit. I think she still looks good. It's but yeah.
How old is she now?
Oh, I have no idea.
Let me Google it. Let's see.
She's married to Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, I know.
Yeah. And it's funny because I caught that one show. I just happened to catch that one show of that one episode of The Masked Singer where they unmasked a guy and it was actually Mark Wahlberg, and she had no idea it was him. You could tell on her face, she did not know. He pulled that off. He pulled that off perfect. She had no clue. But
holy shit, man!
53. She's my age. Damn it.
Jenny McCarthy is 53. I'm going to check Carmen Electra.
Pam Anderson did not age well at all.
This will make everybody feel nice and old. Oh, Carmen Electra, also 53.
Nice.
53, the magic number.
I'm 53. Ta-da. But yeah, it was
wow.
Or was it remote control? Wait. What? Singled Out was with Jenny McCarthy, right? I remember remote control. I remember saying, but like I said, I couldn't remember what one was the first. But yeah, I remember remote control. Now that you bring it up, I remember that. I was more watching Singled Out because it had Jenny McCarthy.
Makes sense. Makes perfect sense.
Dennis.
Oh
Yeah, I
man.
think she went with Carmen. Went with Dennis Rodman. But
Yeah.
I saw they had
Me
within the
too.
last
Me
year.
too, Matt. I hope when I'm 53, I age like that as well.
I know I did.
Damn.
Um, but I remember. What was I going to say? Not within the last 6 months, I saw. I don't know if it was really recent, but they had Pam Anderson on. I was watching YouTube. There was a video with Pam Anderson, and at first, I did not realize it was her. That's how bad she looked. Like I was like, that can't be Pam Anderson.
Well, she did the Naked Gun reboot with Liam Neeson, which I still haven't watched, but I could because I think it's on Amazon Prime, and
Oh, they did reboot that. That's right. I forgot I didn't realize Pam Anderson was in the reboot.
You know what though, Jay? I mean, Pam Anderson is, she's aged. Here, you know what? Let's find out how old she is too, just for giggles. She's probably about the same, I would imagine. Like probably with Carmen Electra and the others.
But it was funny
Yeah,
to watch. Like
she.
I remember when
She's.
Baywatch came on. Remember?
Oh yeah, Baywatch is amazing. Yeah.
It's like you had first was like Pam Anderson, and then Nicole Eckert. Then what was her name? She played on California Dreams. Her show name was Tiffany, but I can't remember her real name. Damn it.
Let me look it up. Who are you thinking of? Tiffany something?
Well, that was her character on California Dreams, but she played on Kelly Packard. Kelly Packard's her name. That's who Kelly Packard. And I think Carmen Electra ended up on Baywatch at one point too, but that's
she was.
But
yeah, she was Lonnie.
The girls were like, "Oh, David Hasselhoff." I'm like, screw that. I'm looking at Pam Anderson, Nicole Eckert, Kelly Packard. I was like, yeah.
Yep.
It was the Naked Gun. Was it a reboot? Or was it almost like a Tiffany Anthony said she was pretty hot too.
You know who was my crush on Baywatch? Was Yasmin Bleeth.
I forgot about her. Yeah, she was hot too.
Yeah, she was my girl on Baywatch. Yasmin Bleeth.
She went to hell too. She got arrested for drugs or something. I remember reading it. Time went on and
yeah. See the Naked Gun. Like I said, I really have no baseline here because I haven't seen it.
Neither have I. But I mean, Liam Neeson is a great actor.
Oh yeah, he's the best. He's awesome.
For him to be in the Naked Gun, I saw little clips here and there, and I was like, well, okay, this might be all right. But Liam Neeson, I think, who was the original guy in Naked Gun? What was his name? Who was that guy? Shit.
Oh my God, why am I blanking? I should know this. Matty Pizzle, help me out. Oh,
but Liam is supposed to play the son of that character.
Frank Drebin.
He was in the Creep Show. He played a spot in the Creep Show. What the hell's that dude's name? Oh, I gotta look at. I don't know. I don't remember.
This is actually embarrassing here because Leslie Nielsen.
That's it.
Leslie Nielsen.
Liam Neeson is supposed to be play like the son of Leslie Nielsen's character,
Yes.
and so it's not technically a reboot, but like almost like a continuation from what it sounded like.
Yeah. See Matt's comment. Like Liam Neeson plays Leslie Nielsen's son, and it pays homage to Naked Gun, the second one, and then 33 and the third. So yeah, I know, dude. I'm disappointed in myself. I don't know, man. I must be tired
Getting old.
that I couldn't remember Leslie Nielsen's name. Oh my god, he's one of my idols. He's up there with Jim Carrey. I love him. I love Jim Carrey.
Oh, Jim Carrey was.
They're my favorites.
There's not too many Jim Carrey movies that I did not like.
Yeah, I mean,
the Liar Liar was hysterical.
Oh, such a great movie, man. I mean, like all those court scenes, like when he's in court.
Oh, they were classic.
Oh my god, they're the best.
There's one scene that I every time I see it, I still laugh my ass off, because I'll watch frauditor or frauditing videos sometimes.
Yeah.
And they'll put clips in and of like the video to break it up to make it like not you're just stealing the video, but like this one guy, he'll put the clip where Jim Carrey grabs the phone and goes, "Stop breaking the law, asshole."
Yeah.
He'll put it like, and what the guy does when he does his frauditing video, like he'll put it apart where where the frauditor like screws up and gets caught or gets handcuffed. It'll break to that clip. "Stop breaking the law, asshole." And I like every time I see that, I have to laugh. I die because I remember that movie Liar Liar, and
oh, that is, dude, that is one of the best. I mean, he's just so exhausted. He's so tired. He's so like at the end of his rope. It's like he needs your legal advice. Hands him the phone. "Stop breaking the law, asshole." I mean, it's just that simple.
And it's funny because wasn't it his in the movie? His son made a wish that his dad would lie for like 24 hours. So every time Jim Carrey tried to make a lie, he'd be like he couldn't do it. Like the truth would come out.
Yeah,
but it's cool how he turned it around to make it work for him. But it was just a good comedy movie. Stop breaking the law, asshole. Click.
Yeah. He needs your legal advice. This time he's really done it. What advice would you give this person, to stop breaking the law? Stop breaking the law. I mean, it's just that simple.
Oh man,
that's so great. Ace Ventura too, man. I mean, yeah, Kane.
I tried to watch Ace Ventura and I just could not get into it. For some reason, I just could not get into it.
Jay, listen.
Unless I watch it again, maybe. But it's like
go back and watch it again. It's so funny. It's so ridiculous that it's so funny.
And the one with Morgan Freeman was great. Freeman, where
Bruce Almighty,
where he gives him his godly powers for so long, and like,
yep,
it's funny. He's like, Jennifer Aniston's like she's like, whoa, wait a minute here, and
Kane, listen to me. You're not going to believe me, but this is a true story for Kane Marco. The guy that is in the beginning of Ace Ventura, the guy that answers the door, he's like delivering the package.
Mm-hmm.
And he beats the crap out of the package, and there's that dog, that Ace rescues, and he's in the car, and the guy is on the car, like bashing out the windows and stuff. I have met that guy, not Jim Carrey, but the guy
the other guy.
Yeah, his
Oh.
name is Randall Tex Cobb. He's a boxer. He's a former boxer.
I've seen that name somewhere, or right, Randall, but I can't remember where. Or why?
Randall Tex
On
Cobb.
some TV
Yeah,
show, I remember like Randall Tex Cott. Like I remember that name specific. Did you
he was
also?
in Ace Ventura. He was in one of the Naked Gun movies.
Maybe
He
that's
was
right.
in. Yep, he was in one of the Naked Guns. He wasn't like a trained actor, but he was a boxer, and his like stature, because the guy is huge. He's like 6 foot whatever, and he's a muscular, angry looking guy. My brother and I have pictures of us with him in Philadelphia. I think his I think his son used to play for a football team that we used to go see. But anyway, long story short, that guy that Jim Carrey delivers the package to in Ace Ventura, I have photos with him. I've met him several times. He's a lovely guy. He's wonderful. I've told him straight out, I'm like, dude, you're hilarious. I'm like, you're just
How
you're just
question came up? How'd you meet him?
so I was at I think the first time I met him, we were at a football game. I don't know if like his son or his nephew or something was like playing football for Temple University in Philly.
He was there watching
So
the game.
yeah, so he was just there, like coincidentally, just like watching the game, and there was like a crowd, around him, not like a huge crowd, but people that knew him and like knew, that he had a boxing career and that he was an actor and stuff like that. And I remember my dad saying to me, he's like, "Hey, that's Randall Tex Cobb," and I'm like, "Well, who's that?"
Who's that? Yeah. Who's that?
So he goes, "Go get a picture with him. He's in Ace Ventura. He's in Naked Gun. He's in a couple other movies." And I was just like, "Oh, okay. I love those movies." So I went up and I, introduced myself to him, and the guy is lovely. I mean, he's wonderful.
This guy.
He's an awesome guy. I might even try to see if I could find those pictures and just like send them to Jay like in the moment to prove to you. Let me see if I have that here. I know I do.
It's let's see, we're town.
Yeah,
Saturday Night
great
Live,
guy.
SNL. I haven't watched SNL in years. I watched it during the time. It was after the Eddie Murphy era, but it was during the Wayne's World era that I started watching SNL. Me and my one ex, well, now me and my girlfriend at the time, we used to watch it every Saturday night. But it was I liked Wayne's World, the Wayne's World skit.
Jay, I'm going to send you a picture that I just found
Cool.
of me and him. I'm going to message it to you on Facebook. If you could show it on screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, because I've met that guy so like a couple times. He's awesome. He's great. I'm going to zip it over to you right now, Jay.
Okay.
Yeah. This was many years ago.
That's you? No.
That's me.
No.
That's me about like 40 pounds ago. Jay's going to put it up here. But yeah, man. Yeah, that's us. That's Randall Tex Cobb at a Temple football game.
You see how
He's the guy that Jim Carrey delivered the package to. Oh my God. Mark says, I met Jim Carrey at the Glider Diner in the 90s. Oh my God.
No kidding.
What was he doing in Scranton, Mark?
Yeah. Why would he want to go to Scranton?
What the hell was he doing in Scranton?
And we see here Mr. Sick Myths sporting a Temple University shirt. Look at that.
Yes, sir. That's us. And there's another picture somewhere. It's probably on like one of my old hard drives or something, but it's me and him
Nice.
at another event. Yeah.
Nice.
That's crazy. Jay, thanks for showing that. That's awesome.
Oh, that's cool. That's really cool. It's
Yeah.
but,
Oh, Kane, that was probably 20 years ago. It was probably like 2006. Yeah. Yeah, that was probably like 20, like a good 20 years ago.
it's trying to think if I other than who I said in the past that I met. No, I didn't really meet anybody.
Yeah. Dude, I gotta get you that picture of me and Bill Goldberg. We were talking about wrestling a long time ago. I told you I have a picture of me and Goldberg, and he has me in a headlock.
That's funny.
Let's see if I can find
Back
it.
the time when I met wrestlers, like there were no cell phone cameras and shit, so like I never got pictures. It's
Yeah.
it was we were down. Oh, I was down Ocean City on vacation with some of my buddies. We would go down every year, Ocean City, New Jersey. And on the boardwalk, it was draws and a tag team, which I'll be damned if I can remember who the tag team was, signing autographs. And I had an autograph. I was like, damn. And I know draws was one of them. I just forget who the tag team was. It's too many years ago.
Jay, did you ever hear of the Impractical Jokers? You ever watch those guys?
I'll catch on YouTube from time to time.
I got a picture with those guys too. I met them several times.
Well, I started watching now because I got Xfinity back and I got their streaming service, which is nice because I could watch it anywhere. But on it's the Universal Action Channel, and right about now they run at the time the A-Team, and then they'll run Knight Rider. So all during the week, I don't know if it is on the weekend, but during the week, like I'll be watching like the A-Team and Dwight Schultz, who played Murdoch, also played in the Star Trek: The Next Generation as not like a main character, but a side character, and I met RVD. Or let me. I'll get back to my here. I forgot what I was saying now. Son of a bitch. All right, I forgot. I lost my train of thought. So anyway, yeah, I met RVD, the Dudleys, and I believe it was Taz down at the Kingston Armory when ECW was like before McMahon got his hands on it, when it was run by Paul Heyman down at DC Kingston Arena.
When it was pure. Yeah, it was just yeah.
But from what I heard, and I don't know how true it is, but like even like when it was still ECW, like McMahon was like a silent backer.
Mm-hmm.
Like every time you'd see like ECW people on like Monday Night Raw and like this.
Yeah, you're right. All of a sudden, you're right. You kind of see these like ECW, WCW people kind of like popping up, and it's like, and then you just sort of had to just like get used to it. It's like, okay, I guess they're like part of it now. Yeah.
I was watching on YouTube, but they were interviewing Paul Heyman.
Mm-hmm.
And he said during that time, like WWE, well, McMahon helped them get like their first pay-per-view launched.
Yeah.
When ECW invaded Raw, from what Paul Heyman said, the only people that knew this was going to happen was him and McMahon. Like nobody knew. So when when the ECW wrestlers jumped in the ring and started jumping the WWF wrestlers,
Right.
the only people who knew that was going to happen was Vince and Paul. That was it. Like, because they wanted people to make it like, oh my God, what's going on? And then boom.
They wanted everybody to like be in suspense about it, talking about it, like, oh, what's going on? Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, King. I just brought that. I was just starting to bring that up. The ECW takeover on Raw, and
Gee, I'll be right back.
okay.
Give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back.
Gotcha. And then it was funny, King, because ECW invades Raw. Then like a week or so later on, I even forget what channel it was on, but on an ECW show, the lights go out and who's in their ring but Jerry Lawler and Jim Cornette. And they were kind of siding with Rob Van Dam and Sabu and I forget who the manager who kept blowing the whistle. I forget who he is, but every so often you'd see like Jim Cornette and Lawler make an appearance in ECW and start like raising havoc and causing crap. I was watching, it was on YouTube. It was in like the last 6 months. Was it NXT was at, I guess, the same spot that they held the ECW arena or next to it or something. It was like really close or something. So they're showing as this kind of reunion thing. They're like Bubba Ray Dudley walks in. A couple of the old ECW guys like walked in, like, talking about when that was the ECW arena. It was pretty cool. If you go back and look at on, YouTube, GG's. Oh wait, Scoopski Potato. The hell's that? Gigi, what? I'm lost on that one. Sorry, buddy. I have no idea what you're talking about. Scoopski Potato. But I remember also seeing, he was once part of the Orient Express, but he went to ECW as a single wrestler, but Tanaka. I saw him. I gotta say one of the best. Jerry Lynn, I saw. Like I kind of yelled to him like, "Hey, you're awesome." He's like, "Hey, thanks." So I kind of had a quick conversation with Jerry Lynn, I guess you could say. But I mean, the Usos aren't bad. I mean, you gotta give them credit where credit's due. They're pretty decent. But like the others, I could take or leave. I remember when like TNA made its first debut, I guess you want to call it, and you're seeing like like the WCW, old WCW people. Like there was Mike Tenay, and before Taz went over, it was Mike Tenay and I forget who the other guy was, but when TNA started, like when TNA was brand new, started coming out, you saw Jeff Jarrett, Dusty Rhodes, then eventually the Road Dogg went to TNA for a little bit. But what I do, like, I'll fall up, he's back. What I'll do, I'll fall asleep too. I'll go to I start to the WWE. Like I'll watch old school, like Survivor Series, King of the Ring, Royal Rumbles, old stuff. I'm starting to get into
The glory days.
Oh, gotcha. Gotcha, Gigi.
The Glory Days stuff.
Oh
I
yeah.
got you. Dude, my brother and I were kids. That was the Glory Days wrestling.
Oh yeah.
It really was.
I'll watch Raw on Netflix Monday nights. I'll catch it, and I mean it's cool for what it is today because I mean eventually everything changes, everything evolves, but I still like the old school stuff with Gorilla Monsoon and him and fighting with Bobby Heenan all the time. It was just they made the perfect team.
Yep.
And I was watching an old where they inducted Bobby Heenan into the Hall of Fame, and he's giving a speech, and he mentions Gorilla Monsoon, and like you could see, like he was just like breaking down in tears, even though like they fought on camera.
Yeah.
They were like,
there was so much love.
There
was so much, so much respect.
And he's like, part of his speech is like, they wanted this, and they got a gorilla and a weasel and this and that just and like, then at the end, they kind of like made like like gorilla miss you kind of thing, and it was hard touching, but it was it was still Bobby Heenan, and I can't believe how cancer hurt him. Holy crap!
Yeah,
like he looked. I don't want to say he looked like shit, but man, he looked like shit.
Yeah. Yep.
But Samoans, back in the day, and yeah, I could reminisce all night. But I know we don't got all night, and it's about 11:30. Well, quarter after. This is the part of the show I hate, the ending. I think it's time. It's about 20 after 11. I know I got to get up early tomorrow. I'm going to try and make it to church. But
nice.
Yeah, it's nice to have you back there, Mr. Fred.
Oh, of course. It's great to be back. Great to be with you, man.
Guys, as I said last week, check out his website, sickmyth.com. Check out his music. Now, if you make another album, you got to go old school country on me and redo Cat Stevens' Peace Train.
Dude.
Make it happen.
Dude, listen. I would love to. My favorite Cat Stevens song is Moon Shadow. And that's thanks to my father from playing that a lot.
No kidding.
I'm being followed by a moon shadow.
I remember that song.
Shadow.
Yeah. I only knew one Cat Stevens song, and that was Peace Train, so I'm kind of lost after that.
Peace Train is great too. I love Peace Train. I love them. I could definitely do that, man. All right. One thing that I am working on, it's a work in progress. It's not anywhere near complete, but for anybody that's like listening to my music or anything, I am working on like an acoustic folk country kind of thing. Hang on, I just have to yell at my dog for a second. Hey, stop it. Hey. But once I get that together, I think it's going to be pretty good. It's going to be, folk country kind of stuff. And I just uploaded a new video earlier today
on YouTube, on your YouTube channel.
Yeah. Yep. So if anybody goes to the Sick Myth YouTube channel, it's a music video.
Hey, I'm gonna check that out. I didn't see the notification.
Yep. So it's an original song that I did. It's called Paradolia, and Here, I'm just gonna answer Kane's question here. So, where do I store all my records? So, I have 3 giant record uh, shelves that I bought. They're like 4-tier. I'm looking at them right now, and they're overflowing. Like I can't fit any more records into them, so it's a bit of an obsession. But yeah, Jay, I'm sure Molly has to go out, and my
Yeah.
dog's acting up here, so it's all good if you want to end it here.
Can pick up music. We'll pick this up next Saturday night. So, guys, thank you. I want to thank Falls for hanging with us for a little bit, as long as he was able to. Fred, it's always a pleasure to have you back in the co-captain chair. For everyone that watched us, that hung out with us tonight, whether it was on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, we had some Instagram people hanging with us throughout the night. Thank you all. You guys mean a lot to us.
Jay, I'm sorry to interrupt you. I found the picture of me and Goldberg.
Oh yeah.
If you wanna throw it up real quick.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just get it to you here. Sorry, man. I don't mean to hold you up here.
No. It's cool. Well, I was reading online that I guess Goldberg, like he retired basically from wrestling, but from what I understand, he's going to be doing something with WWE, like as a talent or something, or some type of something.
Something. Yeah, I know. All right, here. Let me just send you this, and then we'll call it. I'm sorry, man. I don't mean to hold you up here.
No, dude, who was this picture you sent me with? There's 6 of you.
So that was the Impractical Jokers.
Oh, okay.
The guys that are on TV. But yeah, if you'd like to show the pic of me and Bill Goldberg from many years ago,
we're gonna go back and
it's in your Facebook messages.
Yep, I see it. All right, so we're gonna go back. That's the first one, Mr. Temple there.
That's me and Tex Cobb. Impractical Jokers. In Atlantic City. Yep, and there's me and Bill Goldberg. I've been telling you guys for weeks that I met Goldberg and he put me in a headlock.
Well, here's the proof. That's not a headlock. He's literally just like choking your ass out.
Right.
That ain't no headlock. That's just like he's just like.
Yeah, he's just strong arming me. He's just putting me right out.
Dude,
yeah.
Like, holy crap! Look at his arms. Holy
I know.
Like, even like today, he's still like, boom.
He's jacked.
I mean,
he is jacked.
There's like, I would never like want to try and like fight him.
Oh no, never.
If like he
as soon as you see him, it's like you win. You got it.
Yeah, no, I'm out of here, dude. You're good. I'd be like, no, that like. He's like, do you want to fight? No.
But, whatever you say, man. It's all you.
But everyone.
Dude, his hands are huge. I know. It was awesome.
That's cool.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all. Thanks for hanging with us. Have a great Saturday.
Join us next week, same time. Hopefully we'll have Gina back. Again, take a moment. Whether you're local or not, we had 2 tragic fires within the last like 4 days. Gina's friend passed away in a fire. She's out trying to get the cats, help rescue the cats that are left. Another fire in Kingston claimed the lives of an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old boy. Keep the families in. I mean, I know you might not know them or might not be lit, but if you're local, if not, just if you say prayers, I know for one, I normally don't because I just don't. But keep them in your prayers. Keep those families in your prayers. And until next week, guys.